3 R's, baby. Rich, Rodriguez, revenge. And Pitt just ate.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What a game in Morgantown. West Virginia knocks off Pitt, shocks the ACC, and the Big 12 looks spectacular. Listen, if you were upset with the loss at Ohio, with losing Jaheim White, all of that is valid. With the fact that West Virginia couldn't land on a singular quarterback, all of that is valid. But I can tell you this, it just made upsetting Pitt that much sweeter. Pat Narduzzi and that entire fan base is shocked. Had West Virginia beat Ohio, which I know you wanted to, this would feel great. But not quite as good as Pitt now having to reckon with the fact that West Virginia lost last week, scoring just 10 points to Ohio, and now they are back. Revenge for Rich Rodriguez, where years ago he loses to Pitt with an opportunity to play in the national championship game. I know I'm bringing up a lot of really sad stuff here to start the show, but what's awesome about this is the storyline gets better and better. The dissenters who said Ren Baker is wrong for bringing him back for that loss and him leaving, they now have to reckon with the fact that immediately after coming back, Rich Rodriguez, despite injuries, despite the referees trying to screw you the entire afternoon, despite all of it, has just knocked off Pitt. And in one of the most underrated, best rivalries in all of college football, West Virginia gets down by double digits in the second half, and it doesn't matter. They still find a way to win. Even without really finding a quarterback, Nicco Marchiol is the guy at the end of the game. What you have to look, I come from a small town in a small, underrated, overlooked state. I've told you this multiple times. Where I grew up in Arkansas, we cared about one thing, Razorback football. It dictated church on Sundays. It was the conversation point at school at 8 a.m. every single morning. In West Virginia, this is a fan base that feeds off one thing. This is a state, a people, a group that feeds off one thing, and it's college football, and it's West Virginia football. Winning a game like this is not just winning a football game. Winning a game like this is giving a state hope, is giving a state something to root for, to cheer for 365 days. There is the Brawl, and then there's Christmas right underneath it. You win this game, and that is the pinnacle of what you can do. That's what West Virginia just did. The bad storylines, whether it's Rich Rodriguez leaving, his loss 20 years ago, or the loss to Ohio last week and losing Jaheim White, those storylines build what just happened. Pitt had just 15 first downs, 4 for 17 on third down, and in overtime, again, down 10 points. West Virginia, who put up 434 yards, gave one of the grittiest performances that I've seen all season long. The officiating crew did everything possible to ensure there's a phantom delay of game at the end. Let's start here. Awful targeting call. You lose one of your best defenders due to a targeting call out of your secondary. And what did you need most at the end of the game? Your secondary. Thankfully, the defensive line stepped up and was able to corral Eli Holstein at the very end. Pitt's offensive line fell apart. West Virginia just bullied them, manhandled them. A terrible targeting call. I understand why the rule is there, but it was called in a moment that did not constitute that. They should not have thrown the flag in a moment where targeting was not targeting. No roughing the return man. There's a punt where a West Virginia return man is standing, trying to track the football, scoots up a little bit, may have got it lost, and then gets trucked, manhandled, mowed over, trying to catch the football. No flag, nothing. No penalty for a personal foul. The flag is thrown for personal foul at the end of the first half, but there's no penalty. No 15 yards, no untimed down, no opportunity for West Virginia to kick a field goal. The officiating crew was directly against the Mountaineers. It got worse from there. There's a terrible personal foul call called against West Virginia late in the game for a late hit out of bounds. Didn't happen. Not a real thing. The delay of game at the end is because Pitt is taking too long to substitute. Pitt is walking on the field intentionally, so West Virginia has to take a 5-yard penalty. Something that the Mountaineers shouldn't have had to reckon with, and that Pitt forced them into, and the officiating crew said, well, we're going to call this flag on you. The rule book was against West Virginia today. The referees were against West Virginia, and it's in a home game, mind you, and it still didn't matter because Pitt ran the ball 33 times for 55 yards. That is 1.7 yards per rush. Pitt racked up 14 penalties for 118 yards, couldn't get out of their own way. West Virginia controlled the time of possession, controlled the ground game, controlled the yardage game. 28-15 in the first down category. They win that as well. This was West Virginia's game. Even when it didn't seem like it, even when Pitt came back, even when Pitt was up, this was West Virginia's game to win. Eli Holstein going 22 for 37. That's not good. Pittsburgh rushing the football. Holstein was negative 27 yards on the day because he was sacked so many times. Pittsburgh had one receiver. That was effectively it for this game. And West Virginia, who is depleted, man, used multiple quarterbacks. I think Jalen Henderson will be very good. I thought Scotty Fox Jr. was not great. 1 for 4, 2 interceptions. Love you, Scotty. Hope the family was doing well. And Nicco Marchiol, when it mattered the most at the end of the game, put the team on his back. Ty Edwards is your new Jaheim White. Ty Edwards was a stud today, and he's banged up. You could tell the senior out of Florida, 6'2", 225 pounds. I don't want to tackle that. You could tell he was not playing at 100% by the end of this thing. But he put the state on his back. Rodney Gallagher, Grayson Barnes, Justin Smith-Brown in the most random spot in the game, 56-yard reception. More than any of that, can we understand that? And again, you look at the sacks, 5 sacks on the day, and that Darian Lewis pick. Can we understand 80 new players? You know, again, I get it. Being from a small town, being from a small state where college football is king, you hate your rivals. You want them to lose every game. 80 new players for West Virginia? How do you teach hate? How do you teach the backyard brawl? You know, how do you teach that in a span of a couple of months? Borderline impossible. But it's exactly, and I mean exactly, what West Virginia was able to do. Heck yeah, man. This is awesome. Roll in the ears. About as good as you could possibly ask from the Mountaineers to win it in the very end. And their defense to play as well as they did in their offense after scoring 10 last week to put up 31 against Pitt. Please don't go anywhere. Today's show is brought to you by the Game Cap. I just ordered my first Game Cap, and I kid you not, it's a West Virginia Mountaineers cap for $16.99. When you use code LOCKED on, you'll get a vintage hat, $16.99 of the West Virginia Mountaineers or your other favorite Big 12 team. For me, it's the Game. Vintage 80s and 90s hats, and they go for the same price they did in the 80s and 90s. Go to thegamecaps.com, gamecaps.com. Grab your team's classic bar or retro circle design and use code LOCKED ON for an exclusive discount. Because legends wear the game. Thegamecaps.com. Get your game cap and do it today. Today's show is also brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy is the man, right? When I've got COVID right now. Not fun. But that's where 5 Hour Energy comes in. They got a flavor upgrade. Shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee. What I love most about how portable they are, is I can take them pretty much anywhere, even on an airplane through the airport. I always reach for my favorite flavor, and that has to be their lime infusion. I've been eyeing even more lime infusions. It's the perfect one to try for you. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. Time to give yourself and your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5 Hour Energy shots. Get the favorites you love or be bold and try something new in-store and online at 5hourenergy.com, 5hourenergy.com, or on Amazon today with 5 Hour Energy. Huge, massive. What a win for the home team. The Big 12, West Virginia put the Big 12 on its back. And I am pumped, man. This is just awesome. Revel in this, West Virginia fans. Nothing else matters. You could go 2-10. You just won it. You just won 2025. Rich Rod is back, and I'm so excited for Mountaineer Paul. Call him. Text him. Send him my best. That's great, man. This is awesome for West Virginia. Awesome for the Big 12. This has been and always will be. Hit subscribe so I can keep my job. Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. More on Monday and Sunday. Dose Grande.